This is Living Power with Dan Hurst.
I love what Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13 is the Lord's Prayer, essentially. And this is what it says. And when you pray, don't heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do. That was a reference to their style of praying where there was a lot of repetition and they would just say the same things over and over and over and over and over again. For they think that they will be heard for their many words. Don't be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Pray then like this: Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Now, I don't want to get into a big study right now about the Lord's Prayer, but I want you to see 5 things that Jesus was saying, I know this about you. And so when you pray in this manner, what he was talking about was the content, not the words. When you pray with the content, when you pray this manner, this is how you release me to work in your life. The first thing is, your kingdom come is a way of defining I need control in my life. I need a king in my life. I need somebody who is in authority over my life. I'm not able to handle it on my own. I'm pretty good at messing things up. And so I need a king in my life. So when you pray, Jesus said, when you pray, pray like this: Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. In other words, I need for you to control my life. Secondly, your will be done. I need to be obedient to you. It's not a promise like, okay, God, I'm going to start obeying you, but it's rather that I recognize that I am only going to be fulfilled if I am obeying you. You see, you were designed to obey God. That's how God designed you. That's how He made you. And when you're not obeying God, you're unfulfilled. When you're not obeying God, then things start happening in your life, and your life starts going off in different directions, and all of a sudden you're not even on the road. You're out there four-wheeling it on your own thinking, oh, how did I get here? Now what do I do? And God says, look, what you need is you need to be obedient. Not so that you'll obey me and I can be in control of your life, but you were designed to obey what I have in plan for you, what I have planned for you. The way I have designed you is fulfilled when you are obedient. So you need that obedience factor in your life. You are fulfilled when you are obedient. So your will be done is a way of saying, God, I am only going to be fulfilled when I'm obedient to you. So your will be done in my life, because that's the only way that I'm going to be fulfilled in my life. Thirdly, give us this day our daily bread. There is the need for life's basics. You have those needs. God knows you have those needs. He understands that. And so acknowledge it. Come before God and say, God, I am so dependent on you for these needs in my life. Acknowledge your needs. You know, I'm amazed at the number of people who will not define their needs. In fact, a lot of times, they're so focused on their wants that they miss their needs. And they get so focused on, boy, I wish it was this way, and I really want this to happen in my life, and this is what I want, and God, I really want you to do this, and God, would you please do this? And, you know, sometimes we can get real spiritual. Oh, thou God of Jacob and Abraham, wouldst thou please provide thy blessing upon us and give us a new Cadillac? You know, you have these incredible spiritual ways of trying to manipulate God or try to talk God into it. Have you ever tried to talk God into something? Shake your head north to south. You know, you try to talk God into something like, God, you know, I know the answer. I know you don't want to, but please. It's like a little kid with a parent. And you know what? God knows that. He knows that. But have you noticed that with little children? That they just keep whining about it. And then sometimes, please, I really, really need that doll. You really do need that doll? What about the 17 you have already on the cabinet there that you never play with anymore? Yeah, but I need this one. You know, really? No, you want that one. You don't need this one. And so we get our needs and our wants mixed up sometimes. But God understands that. But He's not going to acquiesce. He's in the business of meeting our needs. So you pray in such a way that you focus on your needs. Give us our daily bread, our needs, Lord. And then forgive us our debts. That's the need for freedom from bondage. And I can guarantee you that almost every person in this room is dealing with some issue of bondage in their life. It may be emotional bondage. It may be financial bondage. It may be spiritual bondage. There's all different kinds of bondage in our lives. And you are dealing with some things like that in your life that are really holding you back from what you feel like God wants you to do in your life, or really holding you back from that freedom that you need in your life, and you need that freedom of bondage. So God, forgive us from the bondage. Free us, in other words, from the bondage in our life. And then lead us not into temptation is the need for freedom from sin. The need for freedom from sin. Just to be clean, to be right, to be pure before God. Wow. What an awesome way to live life. What an awesome way to live life. Recognizing that we have control in our life, that we are obedient to God, that He's meeting life's basics, that we are free from bondage, and that we are free from sin. What a way to live life. And God says, I know that about you. I know that principle about you. I want to provide for you. I want to meet those needs. That's the first thing that He says.
On behalf of Dan Hurst and the Open Class, we want to thank you for watching. We hope it was a blessing.